lot of people know the following game as Intelligent Qube. Me, I've always known it as Kurushi. An odd title, one that sounds vaguely like Kurushi, which is a Japanese term meaning death from overwork. Whether that was intentional or not is up in the air, but it does seem to fit this game well enough. It's another puzzle game for the PlayStation. The last one we did was Adventures of Lolo, one of the cutest games in the history of everything. This is not cute. This is the opposite of cute. Kurushi's puzzling seems easy enough. You stand on a 3D stage made out of cubes and a group of cubes are rolling slowly towards you. You can highlight the cube you're standing on and then trigger it at your leisure whenever a cube rolls over it, destroying it. There are two special types of cube. The green Advantage Qube, when destroyed, gives you another piece of floor that you can trigger which will take out all cubes in a 3x3 area. And the black Forbidden Qube, when destroyed, will remove a line of cubes from the end of where you're standing, as will letting too many of the grey cubes fall off the stage. So the aim of the game is to get rid of all grey and green cubes, and let the black ones fall harmlessly off the edge. If you fall off, usually by either being pushed off by the cubes or through standing on the end when a line of cubes is removed, the game is over. There are 8 stages of increasing size and complexity, culminating in, well, pretty damn big loads of cubes to be looking at. That is pretty much what you would expect from a game of this type then. Kurushi is still different though. It's a triumph of absolute simplicity. I mean, look at this game and just how basic it is. This is probably the single most simple looking commercial 3D game on the PS1. The cube is something that you would learn how to create perhaps on your first day of using Maya. Hell, a beginning coder could probably recreate this game in Unity in a matter of weeks. Even the player model seems to consist of about 3 polygons maybe. And yet it's brilliant, so atmospheric and tense. Of course this isn't really to do with the graphics, it's to do with the soundtrack. A lot of puzzle games tend to go for cuteness or just an aesthetic that inspires casual, quick play. Kurushi doesn't. It goes for all-out tension and stress, with the help of Takayuki Hattori's brilliant symphonic soundtrack. This is not a relaxing game. The monotonous pounding of the cubes, the sudden crash as the ground you're standing on disappears, the shout of "again" when you make a serious blunder, the whole thing just seems to resemble a platform that's over the void. The music rises to this horrifying crescendo. It's edge-of-the-seat stuff, unlike just about any puzzle game before or since. I can think of very few games that tried to even slightly follow in Kurushi's footsteps. And the actual gameplay itself is superb. It eases you in, but by the 4th stage things get very tricky indeed. Advantage cubes always seem like a good thing, but then you've got a couple of them ready to go just through sheer instinct, and a whole load of forbidden cubes that'll smash the stage to smithereens if destroyed. This sort of thing requires almost surgical precision and timing, keeping track of all the different cubes, but also trying to visualise your path immediately and executing very fast. There's no time to ponder over it. And all the while you're trying not to accidentally get crushed by one of the cubes, resulting in a costly penalty. Sometimes there's moments of sheer inspiration when you've somehow managed to pull yourself back from the brink, but a lot of the time even the slightest mistake can cause a domino effect, resulting in your demise or just making the stage unwinnable. Because let's face it, if there's a group of 35 cubes in front of you and you've only got 3 lines of stage between you and the abyss, well, you're fucked. And that final fall almost seems to represent a descent into oblivion. You may try again, but in the eyes of this game you simply couldn't cope. You weren't smart enough. Kurushi is stunning. It might be one of the simplest 3D games you can conceive, but its aesthetic is just about perfect, and the gameplay simply has to be experienced. This is a PS1 game that has not aged a single day from when it was first released in 1997. The even better news is that, of course, it's available on PSN, so you don't need to seek out an old copy to experience it, although I myself will happily stick with my original forever. I remember that a demo of this actually came, along with various others, on the disc that came with my PlayStation. And even looking at it now, I can remember the first time I touched this game, how shocking it was and how it demonstrated to me the difference between the 16 bits and this generation, and what could be expected of it. It was a spectacular, if also rather terrifying introduction, and one that you should still play today. But for now, see you tomorrow.